And hello again, everybody. Welcome to West Georgia Wolves Women's Basketball Weekly. Coach Shatil Bradford with us, and time to talk postseason basketball. Before we're done today, we've got one more big step before then with Alabama Huntsville coming into town. And, Coach, a couple of wins since we last visited. One scared you to death, and one was about as good as we've had. That was a fun ball game. The second half against Lee Saturday was special.
Yes, it was. I think that it was great for our seniors because we did choose that as the senior night. I think that they did come out and perform, and they were ready to play.
There was a time maybe this year when we would have really had trouble and maybe couldn't have come back from that kind of deficit against a team that's going to the NCAA tournament. This team's grown and gotten better, though, hasn't it?
I think so. I think that's where senior leadership comes into play because they're like, I've been here before. They don't panic, and they just say, okay, one possession at a time, and everyone stays positive. And I think from the bench all the way to the people that are playing on the floor, everyone is positive, and that works in our favor a lot of the time.
You mentioned those seniors. Every one of them has contributed. When we went down the list and we usually do it chronologically, and Aisha was, of course, the last one, but they've all done some good things.
Yes, I think that at any point in this season, we've had one show up or two show up, and they've been saviors for us in multiple games. And I think that's a beautiful thing to have.
And you tried to work a bunch of freshmen into the rotation with new faces. They've been good with those young kids, haven't they?
They have, and I think that that's ultimately going to help them so much next year because now they know what to expect being in that position, and they know how to play with those seniors. And so going into the postseason, I think that you can ask for anything better, honestly.
Well, number 24 had a pretty good week last week for us, named Conference Player of the Week. First time in her career in her next to last regular season week. I know we had to be really, really proud for Aisha.
I definitely am because I think that it's been a long time coming. I think that she's going to be elated just to know that she's finally getting the recognition that she deserves. And so that it's going to be one of those pivotal moments where she feels it.
And obviously, she is a player with versatile talent that kind of had to sacrifice her own numbers a little bit for the good of the team. I don't remember ever seeing any resentment or anything out of her. Just how can I help? What do I need to do?
And that's the type of person she is. I think at some moments of the game she takes over, and then there's other moments where she's the best passer out there. And so we just have to continue to have that unselfish mindset, and we'll continue to be a great team.
Well, the comeback win over Lee was fantastic. We got scared to death a little bit against Montgomery Thursday night. Basketball, to me, is a game of matchups. That's a hard one for us, isn't it?
It definitely is. I mean, from top to bottom, I think that the matchups are totally off for us because you have this small guard, and we're such a long and athletic team. They have longer, skilled athletes, and it kind of disrupts our inside game a little bit. And so it's just a difficult matchup for us. But the good thing is we don't have to play them anymore.
There we go. We won it. We've got one more leg to go in the regular season. We know we're headed to the conference tournament next week. We know there's going to be a good team on the road in front of us, but we got some momentum building and a good Huntsville team in here on Thursday. It's a big ball game, isn't it?
It definitely is. But I think, especially by getting these last couple of wins, I think the team knows that there's no one that they can't compete with. It's just a matter of showing up every night and playing our best basketball.
Well, it's odd. The last time we played them, there were still turkey leftovers early in the year. Yeah. We're a different team. They're a different team than the team we played at Spraggins way back when, aren't they?
They definitely are, but we both teams coming in to Thursday have so much to gain from that game, and so I think it's going to be a very competitive game, and it's just going to be a matter of who's going to be ready to play and ready to stick it to the other team.
Just refresh your memory. What's good about this Huntsville team? What do we have to stop to win this ball game?
We definitely have to stop their shooting. Last time we played them, they had pretty good shooting from the outside, and then they pushed the ball. And so we just got to be able to stop that and make sure that we can hit shots. That was another struggle with us early, is just making sure that we can convert on the other end. And so I think, especially coming from the momentum of these last couple of games, it's going to work in our benefit to be at home and to play our best basketball.
And it has to benefit that we're on a 3-game win streak. We've seen victories in the last three very contrasting style ball games, and that's got to be good for us.
That definitely is. It definitely can't hurt.
Carry a little mo into Super Tuesday next week.
We need that.
Alabama Huntsville. One more thing before we've got the Pink Initiative coming up that we're asking folks to talk about. I know that's important to the women on this basketball team.
I think so, definitely. I mean, breast cancer is something that affects almost everyone. Everyone knows someone that has been affected by breast cancer or some type of cancer in their life. And so coming out and playing for a purpose is always a great thing, and just making sure that we can give back and with the game that we love.
And if you want all the specifics on that, every one of the Wolves' social media platforms has details. So does the website at uwgsports.com. It's Huntsville in here, the Chargers at 5:30 Thursday afternoon, regular season finale coming up for the Wolves. We got them in the Coliseum. And, Coach, let's go make it 4 wins in a row.
Let's do it.
Coach Shatil Bradford with us today. West Georgia Wolves Women's Basketball Weekly. We'll see you in the Coliseum on Thursday. And I'm Mitch Gray reminding you, as always, go Wolves.